Listen, I have the AI chips from the combat mechs.
You have? Excellent. Give them here. Did you find the recovery team?
I'm afraid they're both dead.
Damn it. I said we shouldn't have sent engineers. I better find the error in these chips before we get any more casualties. Thanks for bringing these back. Unless you know how to reset a K4 drone mod, can you leave me in peace? Unless you know...
Efficient, successful. The clerics have achieved great things with the technology that was entrusted.
Oh, look who's here.
I've completed my work and brought you the pieces you require.
As I knew you would.
Have I completed my task?
Yes, Falk. Your work on this task is complete. It is time I told you something important.
I am ready to hear Kalan's words.
I thought you were traveling by order of a legate.
I was. I will hear Kalan's words. 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 Words.
What is wrong with him?
Isn't he a wonderful creature? He is my greatest invention, the pride of creation.
You created him?
Of course. He's my masterpiece. And with the components you've brought me, I will finish his upgrades.
What upgrades?
I will install these parts and make him better than before.
So, he's a robot.
Oh, much more than that. I am thankful to you for bringing him back. He has obviously chosen you as his companion. A friend. He gets more human every day. Of course, that is part of his programming. Wait here, and I will finish up with my work.
Falk?
Initializing.
Is he all right?
You are beginning a new stage of evolution now. Go with your new friend. Learn about yourself. Your new routines should help you access the data that tells you what you are. Take good care of him, won't you?
How are you feeling?
My systems appear to be functioning correctly. I feel strong.
You didn't know that you're a machine?
No. I was aware of discrepancies in my behavior. Emotions, for instance. I don't experience them as others do. But I had observed that many people suffer from such issues. Though I do wonder if my reaction to this revelation is lacking in emotion. Or feeling something I must learn.
What do you think about your creator?
He is a genius, if a little peculiar in personality. I will admit that it was highly unsatisfactory not to have understood my true nature. I am pleased that I now do understand what I am. I hope I will function well. I cannot see how this revelation should impair me. On the contrary, I think being more informed should improve my capabilities.
I hope so. How are you doing, Falk?
Thank you. I'm starting to understand Magallan much more clearly now. Having strong emotions can be a blessing or a curse. Both for those experienced, people say that good deeds always have good results, but emotions give you the power of rage and aggression. They can block your progress. That was remarkable.
Well, that was a hell of a plan there in the fort, wasn't it? Did you see the show? Hey! Big Bang didn't let me down. I think I flat out did myself there. I'm proud of her.
About Falk. Why did you build him?
Isn't it obvious? In a war, we need an army that doubles our fighting strength, but without the human cost. I mean, we have weapons, fighting machines, bots, but we still need a human presence. Replace those humans with a machine that thinks like you and me. And we can have war without casualties. We can secure Magallan for the future without the loss of lives.
Falk is more than a robot. He's a person.
That's my design in action. I used synaptic mapping to build his basic reactions and personality. It's all uploaded. It's fully adaptable now. I can upgrade any element of his training, and anything he learns can be uploaded and sent out in a new body.
He can transfer to a new body.
His settings can. His experiences can. Then one soldier can teach the others. See? It's much better to lose circuits than flesh and blood. The aim was to test him to destruction. The finished production model comes next. I'll refine that based on what Falk learns.
Tested to destruction?
Is that not the definition of human life? Born, collect experience, tested to destruction.
You put a weapon of mass destruction in the hands of outlaws.
A weapon that would destroy them. The Duke working to wipe out his own men. Come on, you must see the justice in that. The humor, it was hilarious.
Do you see me laughing?
What? What's the problem? You didn't die. Oh no. You destroyed my masterpiece instead. You'd rather the Duke unleashed that power on Ignadan or Idan? Yes, I built it. But he knew what he wanted, and he would have found someone else to do it. Ignadan as a crater, and Tavar as all-powerful? How is that good for anyone? You should be thanking me for trying.
What are you doing now?
Take a break and do some thinking. It's gonna take something else to follow up after Big Bang. So I need a little bit of time to do some planning. Although...
That was well done.
The Duke wants you dead.
Yeah, I bet he does. If I was him, I'd want me dead. I guess I'm lucky, I'm free. Life is a prison, and...
Attacking.
Will you just leave? That's it, get the hell out of here.
Not now.
Will you just leave?
I won't argue with that. I don't really want to have to go into...
That building is an incredible feat of engineering. We clerics certainly know how to make science practical.
Yes, the newcomer. Now, there is a face that shows the world as it is. Conflict, friendship, betrayal, and trust. Let me get a look at you. Whatever you have seen, you are free of it now. You've reached us here.
Interesting. So, you think we should wipe our memories? Surely our experiences could prove useful.
Experiences, yes. But most people come with fears and worries and guilt from their past. Here is a place to forget those things.
Thank you for your offer. I'll think about it.
You should. You have carried your own burden and that of others for too long. Here you will find others to share that load. Tell me what you want.
The clerics say that they are leading the fight against the Alps. But do you really expect you can beat them with the forces you have here in the Horde?
Faith is a weapon that can achieve much. I believe in Kalan. I believe in the technology he's given us, and in the men and women who carry it. We clerics were the first of the factions to rise after the ashes of the comet, and while other alliances have come and gone, we have prevailed. So, we shall continue to do so, if it is Kalan's will that we should do so. But, if you ask me if we can hold out against the Berserkers, the Outlaws, and the Albs, then I would ask whose interest would the destruction of the Horde serve? And the answer can only be the Albs. You've seen them. The converters they build on our lands. The will of Kalan shall be made real. We will drive them from the converter in the north and from the lands of all the free people. The clerics shall prevail, and I hope that other factions can realize this in time to save themselves.
You need to find someone to unite the factions.
We must work together if we are to survive. But we must work together with Kalan to lead us all. We must find a way to persuade the other factions to agree to work with us. Then together we can destroy the Albs. I need an ambassador for this task. Someone who can take my proposals to the other factions, but to know if you're suitable for this role, I must know who you are. And I need an honest answer.
I'm just a man, looking for the true faith.
Well, whoever you were shouldn't matter. The present counts for all, and yesterday for little. Kalan says the past is there to teach us, not judge us. Renounce your past, and you can come to Kalan in wisdom. That will take courage. And in these bleak days, courage is vital if we are to save this world. But you must have questions. Ask, and make Kalan bring you enlightenment.
Will you wait for an Alb attack or strike first?
The converter has to be taken out of operation. It is the only way to free Ignadon. And the longer they sit there, the more time they have to prepare. We need to attack the converter, but it will take a major offensive. And that will cost us in lives and material.
Are the Albs still attacking the Horde?
The death of Judicator Johann was a particular shot. But for the price that was paid, there was one exacted, and the Albs haven't attacked us in such strength again. Well, that is my hope. They could simply be massing for a bigger assault. We've had time to retrain, regroup, but it is hardly a secret that we are short of personnel. And we know that the Albs have used the time to entrench themselves deeper at that damned converter of theirs. Perhaps securing that was the extent of their plans, or perhaps they're just waiting for us to attack it before they strike again. Then I can only hope they haven't brought up any more reinforcements.
Why have you waited so long to attack? Surely they get stronger while you're waiting.
The answer to that should be obvious when you walk around the hut. While our production lines have made up for our losses in fighting machines, they can't do the same with people. And the death of Judicator Johann has left us with another issue. The shortage of a commander with real field experience.
What about you? Can you lead the attack?
I don't have the knowledge required to lead men in a battle like this. We need someone who has commanded soldiers, someone with the tactical skill to take a heavily defended position. What about you? You've seen the world. You must understand something of the Albs. Will you fight with us? Soldier or commander, we need people who have seen the world.
I don't know. My memories of those times are only fragments. Though I'm sure I was betrayed so someone could take my place.
No? Well, humility is an important trait in a leader. Or do you have another reason for not wanting to be considered?
If that is so important, why entrust it to someone who has just walked in through your doors? Do you always trust people so easily?
I trust my faith, and there is something about you that tells me you have a part to play in all that will come. Faith will show me the way. But perhaps you are intended for a different role. Will you go out as an ambassador to the free people? Speak to those who lead the other factions. Find me someone with experience. Someone independent, someone who can lead. That in itself will give you a hand in shaping all our futures.
I will find you your experienced commander.
Good. Then go out to the other free people. This commander will be a symbol of the need for us all to work together. Be they separatist, berserker, or outlaw. Find someone with experience of leading troops in battle. Someone willing to risk themselves to stop the Albs. Someone willing to lead from the front by example.
You sound like you really believe we will find someone out there.
Faith and necessity sometimes breed hope. You should ask the leaders of the other factions if they will take on this role. If they decline, try their commanders. May Kalan and good fortune be with you. We must find an experience.
So, here is the wanderer I have heard about.
You've heard of me?
I know everything that happens here. So much so that some have taken to calling me the Eye of Kalan. I am Reinhold, Judicator. I stand watch for all those in the Hort, and the Hort stands as the guardian for all of Magallan. Such a duty requires vigilance. It means I must ask of everyone who comes here, are you friend or foe? Do you come here to gain the blessings of the clerics, or to oppose us?
Why should I join you?
Because we can show you the path to salvation, for yourself and for all of Magallan. The Prophet Arvid helped preserve the knowledge of the past and set us on a course to use it to build a future. You can be a part of that future. You can find your true purpose amongst our ranks.
Yes, I want to become a cleric.
Then Kalan will welcome you. Good. I can see potential in you. Let us hope that this potential can be realized. May your time in the Hort be peaceful and productive.
So, who are you? The welcoming committee?
I am a Judicator. I oversee everything in the Hort, from punishment to initiation.
Explain the rules of the Hort to me.
Well, Kalan's commandments are simple and fair. They are rules to be found in many places, but to us, they are sacred. Theft, physical assault, murder, the dealing of chems are all punishable offenses. You may face a fine, re-education, or for the worst offenders, execution. And of course, your soul will pay the price. Stay with us, and you will learn of Kalan and his ways. Abide by the words of the great prophet Arvid, and you will open your way to eternity.
Eternity. Check. So, you decide who becomes a cleric and who doesn't.
Correct. Initiates are only allowed to join us when I decide they are worthy. And should they complete the tasks that are given to them, then I would welcome them into our community. And every acolyte that joins us can then begin on the path of enlightenment to gain promotion here.
I'm ready. Give me a task.
As you wish. I could use the help of someone who hasn't had time to establish themselves here. Someone with a more objective viewpoint. We've recently had to deal with the sad deaths of some of the faithful who wandered right into the arms of a chem dealer. Every one of us suffers temptation, and all must hope they can prevail against it. But those who deal in misery, who exploit the weakness of others, they are a problem that must be eliminated. Complete this task, and you will open the door to becoming a cleric, a true warrior for Kalan.
Is chem dealing a big problem here in the Hort?
I had thought we were free of their vile product, but it seems we do have something of a problem. A large reward has been offered to anyone able to bring them to justice. That should prevent this from becoming a bigger problem. If you think you can find these dealers, I would welcome your insight.
It is interesting that in a faction that focuses on data, its people are seeking an escape through chems.
The tired, the weak-minded, the vulnerable are being preyed upon. These animals are adept at spotting those who are susceptible.
So, you think you are responsible for holding back the Albs?
That is the task of the clerics now. Personally, I oversee the defense of the Hort. It is Judicator Ulbricht who is overseeing the war against the Albs. Not a task that I envy him. But then at least his work is black and white. There are Albs and there are clerics, while I must decide which category these separatists belong in. Visitors, vagrants, travelers, and enigmas, they are all part of my responsibility.
About the chem dealers here in the Hort.
Yes?
Do you have any leads on where they may be operating?
Well, I had given Dietrich the task of investigating them, but he doesn't seem to have had much luck so far. You should check what leads he has. To my knowledge, he had slimmed the investigation down to 3 suspects. You should start with them.
Who does Dietrich suspect?
He can explain his methodology to you, but as I recall, it was a simple process of rejecting anyone who lacked the requisite access and opportunity. You should speak with the guards who were on duty at the time. Try and get that information as a written report. Anecdote and memory are best not relied on in these cases.
Where can I find these guards?
Well, there's Xander. He was on duty at the main gate on the night in question. Then there is the mine guard. and the factory guard. Have you been to the mine? If not, you will find it to the west, below the cathedral. The factory guards patrol to the north, by the mech production facilities.
Are there any more details you can tell me about the chem dealing?
Well, these cases are difficult. Once you find someone who has lapsed into use, they rarely give up the culprit for hope of keeping their supply. But in this case, the user let slip the time of the deal. So we've been working backwards from there. The user involved, though, well, he's no longer in a position to provide us with useful information. And so we are relying on getting reports from the guards that can help us place who was where on the night in question. Let us hope this line of investigation produces something concrete.
Excellent.
What's going on here?
What? Who's there? Why are you bumbling around here? Get out!
Who's prowling around out there?
I have what you wanted.
Unbelievable. Now, I can finally read Arvid's original text. You really did me a big favor.
That will do.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Glad to help.
Oh, yeah. If I find anything interesting in these writings, I will let you know. That's the least I can do for you.
the old world, they had built a war machine intended to destroy our stronghold. But
Stop! Where do you think you're going?
What is this area?
You are here at the Chamber, the Palace of Sinners. Break the commandments of Kalan and Ignadon, and the Chamber will welcome you. Can you walk in and look around? Well, as it happens, you can. Reinhold recently ordered that everyone can enter to see with their own eyes what we do with heretics. So go in and look around. If anything will push back the power of temptation, it's what you'll see in there.
Those self-righteous bastards. They should all rot. Every last one of them. Can't you see the truth about them? And you? What about you? Don't tell me you're planning on joining those lunatics. You can't be that stupid. Just get me the fuck out of here, will you? These bastards have got no right to keep me here.
You're obviously not here willingly.
No shit. I was kidnapped so they could try and brainwash me into joining this cult. But they won't get me so easily.
How did you end up here?
They said we attacked one of their outposts. Total bullshit. What do they think I am, suicidal? Anyway, they wouldn't listen. They dragged me here and tried to brainwash me. But their bullshit didn't take. I remembered everything. And so instead of setting me free, they dropped me down here.
Where are you from?
Tavar. A bunch of these assholes came over the border. These idiots I was with were too busy fighting among themselves to see the clerics creeping up on us. They ambushed us out there and then dragged us to Ignadon after we'd been wounded.
But you do have a plan.
Plan? I don't have a plan. Not yet. I just know I have to get out of here. I won't let them turn me into some mindless slave.
And you expect me to help you?
Expect? I don't expect anything. But I hope you can see what these clerics say about free people is bullshit. They don't care about freedom. They want to brainwash you. So, will you help me?
Interesting. Do we help this murdering outlaw, or do we leave him stuck in this morally objectionable situation? This is a dilemma.
It wasn't murder. It was early self-defense.
Maybe.
Maybe? What's maybe? This is a world of action. Maybe won't save you when they try to fry your mind, like they tried with me. You think on that.
So, about your escape. You must have some ideas.
First thing, it can't be my escape. I want my friend to get out of here too. I gotta get my friend Wolf out of here somehow. Only problem is, he's already one of them. He thinks he's a fucking cleric. I've spoken to him. He doesn't remember a damn thing about me. Or where he came from. But that's not your problem, I suppose. I can handle that if you give me a weapon and a disguise. Get me that, and we can move forward from there. But hurry. I don't know how long I can hold out against the suggesters. 2 days, and they might take my mind.
What is it you want? It's prayer time, so make it quick.
What is this place?
Here, we bring peace and honor to those who refuse Kalan. For only an honorable death can bring salvation. Only an honorable death can purify a tainted soul. And so, I bring honor to the souls who break Kalan's commandments.
Interesting. We clerics do have a most advanced set of technology, and yet our justice is primitive.
Words like that show you need re-educating. Lead me to my prayer.
What is it you want?
Your prisoner, Eli. Do you think he wants to escape?
Most of the prisoners want to escape, but he's not going to get away from the suggesters. So don't waste your time worrying about him.
I need to ask you some questions about the chem dealing.
So, Reinhold's brought in some more help. I've already written the report as ordered, but remind me, who are the chief suspects?
Siegfried, Hagen, and Oswald.
That's exactly who I wrote up in my report. All that I know is there. Maybe it will help.
Thanks.
I've had a report that you spoke to Eli, the prisoner. If you two made any sort of agreement, then you should forget it now. If he is going to complete his re-education, his spirit must be reforged. And I am not going to let anyone get in the way of that. He must be saved from himself. You understand? Faith is our...
Get the hell out of here. Don't do that again.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just...
What can I help you with?
I want to ask you some questions about the chem trade here.
How do you know about that?
Judicator Reinhold sent me. I'm supposed to have a look at your reports from the time of the crime.
Judicator Reinhold sent you to look into this?
Oh well, I suppose he knows what he's doing. Here is my report on the suspects. That's all I know. If you have something to report, speak to Judy.
What do you know about the chem dealing here in the Horde?
Well, take a look at this. Reinhold has sent you to investigate, has he? Well, that works well for both of us. Remember, you promised to take care of some business for me. You owe me a favor. Well, I'm calling that in. I want you to tell Reinhold that Siegfried is the chem dealer.
Why Siegfried of all people?
He's a suspect, isn't he? So there you are. He's a cagey guy. Doesn't share his business. He needs re-education. So you can report back that it's him. Job done. Turning him in will help you and help me too. Trust me, the Horde doesn't need traders selling unregulated goods. So I want you to report back that this trader, Siegfried, is the dealer. Say he's guilty. Job done. And I'll know you've done the Horde a favor.
And what if I don't do that?
I don't think you'll make that choice. That wouldn't be helpful for anyone. But the decision is up to you. If I find out that you accused Siegfried, then I will be satisfied. If I find out you didn't, well, I'm sure we don't need to consider that possibility. Here's the report I've compiled. This is as far as I got with my personal investigation. I think reading that will show you the wisdom of simply reporting Siegfried now. Good luck.
About the chem dealers.
Yes?
I think I know who the chem dealer is.
Well, please tell me who you think is responsible.
It must have been Siegfried who made that deal.
This is a serious accusation you are making. I hope you understand the consequences of this accusation for him and for you. Thank you for your work. I will investigate this further. If he is really the suspect, then he will receive a just punishment, and you shall receive the promised reward when that happens.
All who have faith will be saved.
What are you waking me up for? What are you waking me up for?
Carry Kalan in your heart. Let yourselves be his instruments.
So, you told Reinhold who you suspect is dealing
Yes.
And I hear that Siegfried was the dealer. That's a real surprise. Who would have thought it? A menace has been removed and made safe, and the traders in the Hort know that I am a man to listen to. You promised you would take care of business for me, so your debt is paid. Here, I would like to give you this for the road. I can't tell you any more about it, but the meaning will be revealed to you in time. Keep it until such time as it is needed.
So, you're here to report for initiation.
Initiation?
Instruction, education, a preparation for readiness. My name is Dietrich, and it is my job to ready all new initiates for the trials that will face them. But before you ask any more questions, let's get one thing clear. All the free people need to be properly trained if we want to survive what's coming. Those Albs want to destroy us all. I won't accept a lack of discipline. I expect loyalty, hard work, application, and results.
What, do you think I'd still be alive if I didn't know that already?
A lot of people say that. And yet, here are the factions, at war with each other, instead of clearing the wreckage of the old world to build the new.
So you don't want the war?
What sane person wants a war? But, as we've got one, so it's come down to who wins it. And I want our leaders to be the ones who rebuild this world. If you want to progress, then that's what I need to see. That's what Kalan expects. It is what you should demand of yourself.
If the training's so strict, how come you're just sitting around?
I do so every day, and my tasks aren't easy. I take care of internal matters and coordinate training. And I get into the field when I can. You have to stay sharp to provide the best training, and to understand our enemy. If we are to work with the free people, if the clerics are to save the free people from the Alps, this is what we must do.
What do you want me to do?
Someone has been undermining the training program we have here. Some of the initiates have been caught taking chems. I mean, it's a crazy thing to do, but some people do it to gain an edge, but end up becoming addicts. Look at the Alps. I need to find who is bringing this poison in and selling it to our initiates. You don't have something to do with it, do you?
Without proof, you should keep accusations like that to yourself.
I wanted to test your reaction. You'd be tied up and neck-deep in jackal shit by now if I really thought you were behind it. Remember that, if you get tempted in the future. But whoever it is, I want these bastards dealt with.
I have already found the chem dealers for Reinhold.
That's good to hear. But we're talking about a different set of criminals. I want you to track them down wherever they are, in the Hort or beyond. Are you with me?
About the Elex smuggling. Why do you trust me with this?
You weren't here when all this started, so you can't be part of it. But this isn't just blind trust and hope. I'll be watching you and making sure you stick to the task.
I will find the criminals behind this.
Good. My information says that the Elex is coming from somewhere to the south. There's a recon post there in the ruins of an old fort. Start there, and turn everything upside down if you have to. If our people don't cooperate, show them this warrant. And tell them I want answers. That will be all. Dismissed.
That was remarkable. records show that such places were built to control regions in Magalan's warring past.
Not just its past.
No. Interesting. I wonder what people in the future will make of the places we have built.